Welcome and good morning, my dear children. Today we are going to read and understand chapter 6 of Unit 3 Wit and Humor and lesson The Foolish Men. So, children, listen to the chapter very carefully. In part C1, you have to write names of the kings, three kings' names with their ministers who were famous for their wisdom and cleverness. So in first you can write Akbar and Birbal, and two you have to find out yourself. Children, stories of Akbar and Birbal are very famous, and today I am going to tell you an interesting story about Birbal, which shows his great sense of wit and humor. And the name of the story is The Foolish Man. Let's start reading this. Children, Emperor Akbar sometimes demanded foolish things. One day he gave an order to Birbal, "Find me the 5 most foolish men in Agra." Birbal replied, "My lord, I will try my best." Birbal left the palace to carry out the emperor's order. As he was riding his horse, he saw a strange scene. A man lying on his back in a puddle of water and his arms stretched wide above his head. And Birbal asked him, "What are you trying to do?" The man replied, "I am trying to stand up. I slipped and fell into this puddle while I was on my way to buy some clothes for my wife." Then Birbal asked, "Why don't you use your hands then?" Then the man replied, "If I change the position of my hands, I will lose the measurement of the length of clothes my wife wants." Then Birbal thought, "What a fool he is!" Then he holds the fellow by his hair and sets him on his feet. The man replied, "Thank you." Then Birbal said to the man, "Put your hands down and come with me. I'll get you clothes of all sizes possible for your wife." As they move along, Birbal next sees a man riding a horse carrying a bundle of straw on his head. See how fool the second man is? Instead of putting it on the horse back, Birbal stopped him and asked, "Why are you carrying this weight on your head instead of keeping it on your horse?" The rider replied, "Sir, my horse is old and weak. He won't be able to carry such a heavy weight. I am carrying it on my head instead of burdening it on poor creature." Birbal laughed and said, "You are just the person I am looking for. Please follow me." Birbal thought, who else would who would be a greater fool than this man? Birbal started wandering with these two foolish men along him. The first one still above his head, and the second one still riding his horse with a bundle of straw on his head. Suddenly, Birbal sees a man bent in half, looking for something under a street light. Birbal stopped and asked, "Have you lost something?" The man answered, "A ring." Then Birbal said, "Are you sure you lost it here?" The man replied, "No." Birbal was surprised, and the man replied that he has lost the ring somewhere there. But since it was dark there, that's why he is searching it under the light so that he could see well. Birbal laughed. One more name was added to the list. Birbal said, "Please come with me. I will help you to find your ring." Then Birbal took them to Akbar's court and explained their acts of foolishness. Then Akbar said, "These are just three numbers. I had asked you to get five of them." Then Birbal said, "My lord, I all five are present here." Then Akbar asked, "But where are the remaining two?" Birbal replied, "Pardon, my lord, the remaining two are none but both of us. Fourth foolish man is you, because you gave me a foolish task. And fifth one is me, because I foolishly carried out your orders. That makes five." After listening this, Akbar laughed and laughed. In this way, Birbal was famous for his wit and humor. I hope you have understood the story, The Foolish Man. Today, your homework is read lesson Foolish Man. Thank you and have a nice day.